You ever wonder why witches are depicted flying on broomsticks? I see a lot of people, especially now around Halloween, their kids be carrying broomsticks and, having their witch's hat on. But have you ever wondered why they're depicted on broomsticks? Well, it comes from something called witch's broom ointment or witch's flying ointment. It was created using various psychoactive plants, and they would create an oil, and they'd use a broomstick to administer the oil in certain sensitive regions, thereby bypassing some of the negative side effects these hallucinogens had. Yep, that's right. They took these substances with their private parts. If they were to eat the ointment regularly just by swallowing it, the stuff and chemicals inside of it would make them deadly sick or even kill them. But they found out by rubbing this oil on a broomstick and then straddling it on their private parts, they were able to get the psychoactive effects of the ointment, therefore bypassing the negative effects so they didn't get sick. Some of the plants they used to concoct this was belladonna, henbane bell, Jimson weed, black henbane, mandrake, hemlock, and wolfsbane, most of which contain atropine or scopolamine. And concentrated or extracted scopolamine is incredibly powerful by itself. In some cases, it's been known to be extracted and refined down into a crystalline powder, and when giving to somebody or even just blowing it in somebody's face, you can literally tell them to do anything and they will consciously do it but have no memory of it the next day. So you could blow it in someone's face and tell them to empty out their bank account for you, and they would do it happily and the next day not remember anything. It makes you lose pretty much your will. I'll do another video specifically on scopolamine at another time. Have you ever wondered where the word going berserk comes from? Well, it's because of berserkers. And back in the day, druids used to eat something called Amanita muscaria. You know, the cliche Mario mushroom. A lot of people have this growing even in their backyard, and it's found in pretty much all parts of the world. But the druids would eat these mushrooms and then pee into cups or even the skulls of their defeated enemies and let the Viking or Icelandic warriors drink it. The druid would be poisoned and sometimes even die from this. But after his body decarboxylizes the substance, it was safe, so the people that drank it and drank his pee, essentially, would get the psychoactive effects without any negative effects. With it going through his system and being decarboxylized, the druid would sometimes die or get incredibly sick, but those who drank his pee just got the psychoactive effects, bypassing the negative effects. They did this, and it was called going berserk because after doing this, it was said that the Viking warriors had absolutely no feeling of pain whatsoever, and they absolutely kicked ass in battle, and they were the most ultimate warriors. But after doing this a couple times, it was said that they could not even live in peace in their own villages anymore because eventually they would snap and kill some of their own people. So pretty much all they did was fight and win battles, and then when their time was done, when they were just going too crazy, they would eventually just wander off in the woods and live in solitude. And there was a myth that all these berserkers, when they would leave and finally go into the woods in seclusion, that they eventually turned into bears. You can decarboxylize the Amanita muscaria mushroom nowadays, though, without having to eat it. You just put it in a pressure cooker. I always thought that story was pretty awesome. Viking berserkers